You ever have that gut feeling that something's off? Like you can't quite put your finger on it, but something just doesn't feel right? And then you ignore it because you trust the person you're with? Yeah, that was me. For 6 months, I ignored my gut until technology, specifically GPS tracking, showed me the truth I'd been too scared to face. My name's Tasha. I'm 35 years old, and I thought I had a solid marriage. 8 years with my husband, Derek. Two beautiful kids, Jordan, 6, and Maya, 4. Nice house in the suburbs. Good jobs. The whole package. Derek's a sales manager for a tech company. Or at least, that's what he tells me. He travels sometimes for work, has late meetings, brings home a decent paycheck. I'm a nurse, work 3 12-hour shifts a week, manage the house and kids the rest of the time. We were good, or so I thought. About 6 months ago, things started feeling different. Nothing major at first, just little things. Derek started working late more often. Way more often. Babe, I gotta stay late tonight. Big presentation tomorrow. Honey, the team's doing drinks after work. I'll be home around 10. Client dinner ran long. Don't wait up. Once or twice a week became 3 or 4 times. Then almost every night. I'd put the kids to bed alone, eat dinner alone, go to sleep alone. When I'd bring it up, Derek would get defensive. I'm building a career here, Tasha, providing for this family. Can you not give me a hard time about working? So I backed off, felt guilty for even questioning him. He was right, he was providing. Who was I to complain? But then other things started bothering me. His phone. He'd always been casual about it before. Left it on the counter, didn't care if I used it. But suddenly, he was guarding it like it contained nuclear codes. Password changed. Face down on the table. Taking it to the bathroom. The shower. Everywhere. Why are you so protective of your phone lately? I asked one night. I'm not. You're being paranoid. Derek, you take it everywhere now. Even to the bathroom. Because I'm on call for work. God, Tasha, why are you interrogating me? The gaslighting. That's what it's called, right? Making me feel crazy for noticing obvious changes. Then there was the cologne. Derek started wearing cologne to work. Every day. We're talking about a man who used to shower and go. Now he's standing in front of the mirror for 20 minutes, spraying cologne, fixing his hair. You look nice, I said one morning, trying to be positive. Thanks. Gotta look professional. Since when do you wear cologne to the office? Since always. You're just noticing now. Lies. He'd never worn cologne to work in 8 years. But he was committed to the lie. The gym membership was another red flag. Derek joined a gym. Started going after work before coming home. Came home showered, fresh, sometimes in different clothes. I'm getting out of shape, he explained. Need to take care of myself. Fair enough. Except I checked our bank statement. That gym membership? It was in a town 30 minutes away. Not near his office. Not near our house. Just random. When I asked him about it, he had an answer ready. It's near a client's office. I go after meetings in that area. More convenient. Every lie had a backup lie. Every question had a prepared answer. And I wanted to believe him. Desperately wanted to believe him. But that gut feeling, it kept getting louder. The truth came out because of our family phone plan. We're on one of those shared plans where you can see everyone's location if they share it. We'd set it up years ago for safety, so I'd know when Derek was on his way home or if there was an emergency with the kids. I'd never used it to track him before. Never felt the need to. But one Tuesday night, when Derek texted saying he'd be late again, something made me check. I opened the app, found his location, and he wasn't at the office. He was at a hotel, a Marriott about 25 minutes from our house. My hand started shaking. Maybe there was a work event there? A conference? Something innocent? I called him. Hey babe, where are you? At the office. Still in this meeting. Why? Just checking. What time will you be home? Probably around 9. Love you. He lied. Straight to my face. He wasn't at the office. He was at a hotel. And he lied about it. I sat there staring at that little dot on my phone screen. Watched it stay at that hotel for 3 hours. Then finally move. But it didn't come home. It went to the gym, the one 30 minutes away. He got home at 10:15, showered, fresh, claimed he'd been at the office until 8, then hit the gym. All lies. I didn't confront him that night. Didn't say anything. Just tucked that information away and started paying closer attention. The next week, he said he was working late Thursday. I checked the GPS hotel again. Different one this time. Friday, client dinner. GPS showed a restaurant, then a residential neighborhood I didn't recognize. Stayed there for 4 hours. I started keeping notes, dates, times, where the GPS said he was versus where he claimed to be. Built a pattern over 3 weeks. And the pattern was clear. Derek was lying. Constantly. About where he was. About what he was doing. About everything. I needed more than just GPS locations. I needed context. I needed to know what or who was at these places. So I did what any woman in 2024 would do. I became a detective. First, I checked the hotel. Drove by one day after dropping the kids at school. It was nice. The kind of place you'd go for a romantic getaway, not a business meeting. I went inside, pretended to inquire about booking a room. Do you have conference rooms? I asked the clerk. No, ma'am, we're a boutique hotel. Mostly for travelers and, well, getaways. Getaways. Right. Next, I looked up that residential address, the one he'd been at on Friday night. Property records showed it belonged to someone named Vanessa Chun. I found her on social media. Pretty, young, maybe late 20s, and her profile said she worked at the same company as Derek, in the marketing department. My stomach dropped. I went through Derek's social media, looking for any connection to Vanessa. He'd liked a bunch of her posts, commented occasionally. Nothing overtly flirty, but enough to show they knew each other. Then I checked his credit card statements. We had a joint account, so I had access. Found charges at restaurants on nights he'd said he was working late. Charges at that hotel. Twice. 2 different dates. He'd used our money to cheat on me. I felt sick, angry, betrayed, but also weirdly calm, because now I knew. That gut feeling had been right all along. But I needed one more piece of evidence. Something undeniable. I planned carefully. Didn't want to confront Derek without solid proof. Didn't want him to gaslight me or explain it away. So I waited, watched, tracked. The following Tuesday, Derek texted me around 5 p.m. Hey babe, got a late meeting. Don't wait up. Love you. I checked the GPS. He was heading toward Vanessa's neighborhood. This was it. This was the night I'd catch him. I called my mom. Can you watch the kids tonight? Emergency at work. Of course, honey. Everything okay? It will be. I dropped Jordan and Maya at my mom's house, then drove to Vanessa's address. Parked down the street where I could see her driveway, and waited. At 6:30, Derek's car pulled up. He parked, sat there for a minute on his phone, then got out, walked to the door, and went inside, like he'd done it 100 times before. I sat there, hands gripping the steering wheel, trying to decide what to do. Knock on the door. Call him? Wait. I decided to wait. Took photos of his car in her driveway. Timestamps. Evidence. An hour passed. 2 hours. At 8:45, Derek came out. But he wasn't alone. Vanessa walked him to his car. They stood there talking, laughing. Then she kissed him. Not a friendly peck. A real kiss. His hands on her waist. Her arms around his neck. I took photos of that too. My hands were shaking so badly I almost dropped my phone, but I got the shots. Derek got in his car and left. I waited 5 minutes, then followed him. He didn't go home. He went to that gym, showered, then headed home. I beat him there. Was sitting at the kitchen table when he walked in at 10:15. Hey babe, he said, all casual. How was your day? Fine. How was your meeting? Long, exhausting. I'm beat. I bet. Must be tiring lying all the time. He froze. What? Where were you tonight, Derek? I told you. Late meeting at the office. I pulled out my phone. Showed him the GPS screenshot. Really? Because according to this, you were at 2847 Maple Street from 6:30 to 8:45. His face went white. And according to these photos, I swiped to show him you were at Vanessa Chen's house. And you kissed her in the driveway before you left. Tasha, don't. Don't you dare lie to me anymore. I have 3 weeks of GPS data showing you at hotels, at her house, at restaurants when you said you were working. I have credit card statements showing you spending our money on dates with her. I have everything. He sat down, put his head in his hands. I can explain. I'm sure you can. You've been explaining for 6 months. Now I want the truth. Derek tried to minimize it at first. It's not what you think. You're having an affair with Vanessa. That's exactly what I think. And I'm right. It's complicated. Uncomplicated. He took a deep breath. I met her at work about a year ago. We were friends at first, just colleagues. But then we started talking more, getting closer. And I don't know, something happened. When did it become physical? About 6 months ago. 6 months. The same time everything changed. The late nights, the phone guarding, the cologne, all of it lined up. Are you in love with her? He didn't answer immediately. That silence told me everything. I don't know. Maybe. I'm confused. You're confused? Derek, we've been married 8 years. We have 2 kids. And you're confused. I never meant for this to happen. It just did. Nothing just happens. You made choices. Every lie, every late night, every kiss. Those were choices. I know. I know I messed up. But Tasha, our marriage, it's been struggling. You have to admit that. Don't you dare put this on me. Don't you dare blame me for your affair. I'm not blaming you. I'm just saying we've had problems. We barely talk anymore. You're always busy with the kids because you're never home. Because you've been too busy sleeping with Vanessa to help with your own children. We argued for 2 hours. He tried to justify it, tried to make it my fault, tried to convince me it was a mistake and he'd end it. It's already over, he claimed. I was going to tell her tonight. That's why I was there. That kiss in the driveway looked real over to me. I was saying goodbye. You've said goodbye every night for 6 months and kept going back. Why should I believe you now? He couldn't answer that. Finally, I said what I'd been thinking since I saw those GPS locations. I wanted a divorce. Tasha, no. Please, we can work through this. Counseling, whatever you want. I want a husband who doesn't lie to me every single day. Can you give me that? Can you undo 6 months of betrayal? I'll try. I'll do anything. I don't believe you. And I don't trust you. And I can't be married to someone I don't trust. I went upstairs, packed a bag, went to my mom's house where my kids were sleeping. Derek called and texted all night. I didn't respond. I was done. The next few weeks were hell. Derek begged for another chance, promised he'd ended things with Vanessa, swore he'd go to therapy, do whatever it took. But I checked his GPS. He went back to her house 3 days after our confrontation. I went to tell her we couldn't see each other anymore, he claimed. For 3 hours? You needed 3 hours to say goodbye. He had no answer. I filed for divorce, got a lawyer, started the process of separating our lives. Derek tried to fight it at first. Then, when he realized I was serious, tried to make it difficult. Fought me on custody, on asset division, on everything. This is what you get for tracking me, he said during one argument. If you just trusted me, I did trust you. For 8 years I trusted you. And for 6 months, you betrayed that trust every single day. The GPS evidence, it was crucial in the divorce proceedings. My lawyer used it to establish a pattern of deception, showed Derek's affair timeline, proved he'd been using marital funds for his relationship with Vanessa. Your Honor, Mr. Williams repeatedly lied about his whereabouts while conducting an affair, my lawyer argued. The GPS data conclusively proves he was not where he claimed to be on dozens of occasions. Derek's lawyer tried to argue I'd invaded his privacy. Mrs. Williams tracked her husband without his knowledge. Actually, my lawyer interrupted, Mr. Williams consented to location sharing when they set up their family phone plan. He could have turned it off at any time. He chose not to. Boom. That shut them down. We settled out of court. I got primary custody of the kids, the house, a fair division of assets, child support and alimony. Derek got his freedom. And Vanessa. They moved in together about 2 months after our divorce was finalized. 6 months after the divorce, I was in a good place. Better than good, actually. I had my kids, my house, my job, my self respect, and I'd started dating again. Nothing serious, just putting myself out there. Remembering what it felt like to be wanted by someone who wasn't lying to me. My friend Kira asked me one day, "Do you regret checking his GPS? Some people say you should just trust your partner." Hell no, I don't regret it. That GPS saved me from wasting more years on a man who didn't value me. Better to know the truth than live in a lie. But weren't you scared of what you'd find? Terrified. But I was more scared of staying ignorant. Of being the fool who didn't know her husband was cheating. I learned something through all this. Trust your gut. If something feels off, it probably is. And it's not paranoid to verify. It's not controlling to want honesty. Derek tried to paint me as the crazy, controlling wife who tracked him. But the truth is, if he'd been faithful, the GPS would have just shown him at work, at the gym, where he said he'd be. The GPS didn't lie. He did. A year after the divorce, I heard through mutual friends that Derek and Vanessa broke up. Apparently, she'd caught him texting another woman from work. Karma's funny like that. Derek reached out to me a few weeks later. "Can we talk? About the kids?" "Sure." "About anything else?" "No. I just wanted to apologize. Really apologize. For everything." "Okay. I hear your apology. And I wanted you to know you were right. About all of it. I was selfish. I destroyed our family for a relationship that didn't even last. I'm sorry. I appreciate that. But it doesn't change anything. I know. I just needed to say it." We hung up, and I felt nothing. No anger. No satisfaction. No pain. Just nothing. I'd healed. Moved on. Built a new life for myself and my kids. Jordan and Maya were thriving, adjusting to the new normal. They saw Derek every other weekend and Wednesday nights. We co-parented civilly for their sake. And me, I was dating someone new. His name was Marcus, and he was honest, transparent, and actually showed up when he said he would. "Where were you today?" I asked him once, testing. "At work until 5, then the gym, then home. Want me to share my location with you?" "Would you?" "Of course. I have nothing to hide." And he did. Shared his location freely. Because that's what people with nothing to hide do. I checked it sometimes, not because I didn't trust him, but because I was still healing from Derek's betrayal. Marcus understood. "Check as much as you need," he said. "Whatever makes you feel secure. I'll always be where I say I am." And he was, every single time. That's the difference between a liar and an honest man. An honest man doesn't get defensive about transparency, doesn't guard his phone or hide his location, because he has nothing to hide. If you're reading this and you have that gut feeling that something's off with your partner, listen to it. Don't ignore it. Don't let them convince you you're crazy. Trust but verify. It's not paranoid. It's smart. GPS tracking saved me from wasting more years on a lie. It gave me concrete evidence I needed to move forward. It showed me I wasn't crazy. He was just a good liar. Derek said he was working late, but his GPS told the truth. And that truth set me free. To anyone going through something similar, you're not alone. You're not crazy. And you deserve better than a partner who lies to you every day. Use the tools you have. Check the GPS, look at the phone bills. Trust your instincts. And when you find out the truth, because you will find it out, be brave enough to act on it. I'm Tasha. I'm 36 now. Divorced. Co-parenting. Dating someone honest. Living my best life. And I'm grateful every day for that family phone plan with GPS tracking. Because it showed me the truth when I needed it most. Derek thought he could lie forever. But technology doesn't lie. GPS doesn't lie. Bank statements don't lie. Only people lie. And I'm done believing liars.
Like, subscribe, and share with your friends who related to it, and comment below for next story.